What's going on, Crystal Palace fans? Welcome to another edition of Palace News. We got some fun stuff to chat to you all about today. Some things that you may or may not have seen via social media. I'm going to be your host for today. I'm T, joined by none other, the one and only D, and my man Lou. What's going on, fellas? How you guys doing?
Yeah, man, we're doing good. I'll be honest. I went to the gym today, and leg day is a humbler.
Oh yeah,
You probably
every
know,
time.
but New Year's or T,
Every
but
time.
leg day is a humbler.
Side note, what's your leg day? Tell me your leg day. Let me see if you're really leg daying.
Hack squat. I start with a hack squat.
Okay.
I got the lion. I need to get the names out, man. You put me on the spot.
Lion seated hamstring curls.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, for the hammies, and then I do the seated
leg extensions.
Curls, like
leg extension.
leg extensions.
Safe to say that Lou is either an athlete or works in the gym. Which one is it?
I work in the gym, man.
Lou's put me on the spot here, man.
Can't you see this? Can't you see?
You doing some Romanian deadlifts in there? What are you doing? You doing some lunges, some piston lunges? What we doing?
I'll be honest. Right now, even now, my leg is feeling heavy, so I couldn't do my full workout because leg workouts are not. It's not for the week. Let's just say that, man. It's not for the week. And I'll be honest. I haven't been consistent. I haven't been consistent with the legs like ever.
Worse the next day. The next day is when
no. 48 hours after.
Yeah.
Remind me. I know the feeling.
When you're trying to get up those steps.
Delayed muscle onset soreness.
Yeah, it is a struggle. It is a struggle. But even right now, like when I'm walking up the stairs, it feels like I'm walking up with like 60 kg attached to my leg. Like it feels heavy. But here we are, man. Here we are. I mean, we're still surviving. Thankfully, you're hosting today, T, so I can just like relax. And
for sure. And getting on to that. So first thing on the docket for today, and I was previewing the chat here. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat, by the way. Previewing what we're talking about. The first thing is Sportsbank. Sportsbank. More of these guys. So it was reported once again that they have now signed an exclusivity agreement with Crystal Palace. So the investment group led by Crystal Palace supporter Zachariah John Jewell announces he's entered into an agreement with Eagle Football Holdings Limited, or Eagles, for the investment in Eagles. So Sammy Mokbel was the one that broke that story. But the interesting thing to get here is I feel like it's kind of two parts here, guys. The first part is that this is another exclusivity agreement that we've seen, because I feel like we just saw one of these already, and I feel like a lot of people are confused about what this means and the level of it, and we'll get to a little bit of that in a second. But so there's that part, but then the other part is that their statement specifically speaks to the fact that they are buying into Eagles and not necessarily Eagles shares in Crystal Palace. So Sportsbank is going to be a part of Eagle Holding, but not necessarily independent of it and owning the shares that they own. So they're going to take over, I guess what it seems, they're going to take over the board position that Texter had with Palace and assume that responsibility. So they'll be a part of Eagle Holding, but their main responsibility, their only responsibility, will be to Crystal Palace. What do you guys make of it? I'll start with you, Lou.
Show me the money, man. That's wherever show me the Vince McMahon meme with the money. Wherever the investment is, that's where I'm at, man. I'm tired. I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting kind of tired of exclusivity, Sportsbank, grind kid. Just show me the bread.
Yeah, I guess so. But it's like, I think I'm more on the line of like, how many exclusive agreements can you have? At what point is that not exclusive? I don't understand it. But I guess even when I did go through the report the other day about the US and Saudi group joined together with Jason Kidd, Sportsbank weren't out of the picture. So to me, it's not a surprise, but I guess it's like they've got the agreement and now Sportsbank have the agreement. And in that report by The Athletic, it did mention how, Texter prefers Sportsbank. So yeah, I guess it'll mean that Texas is not part of the board level. However, he still has involvement with Crystal Palace. For me, it just raises the questions of like, how does this end? Because Texas still wants full control. So eventually, he would want full control. So is it like, I don't know, is he going to be a bit more patient?
He's not on the
He's not going
board.
to be at the board level, but yeah, it's just I don't understand it.
Listen, remember, he can't. This multi-club ownership. I remember someone saying it doesn't work if Palace ain't in the Prem. If Palace ain't thriving, then the value of Eagle Holdings is going to go down.
Yeah. I don't know what you think, T, but
T's buffering.
Is T frozen? I thought so as well. I was thinking to myself, like, he hasn't moved that hand like for a minute, and he's got that serious face as well. I was like, it's not that serious. But yeah, T's frozen. But yeah, look, for me, Sportsbank, my biggest question is like their funding. Where's the money going to come from? I guess with the other group, we found out that it's going to be the brothers. Well, we know with Sportsbank it's going to be Zachariah, who is a Palace fan. But we just don't know really much about him. He's been involved in the tech industry. But yeah, for me, it's like a case of what happens. Like, the biggest worry that I have with Sportsbank is that Tex is not out of the picture. He's not sitting at board level. It'll be Sportsbank. But it's like, he's not out of, he's still part of Eagle Football Holdings. I remember Eagle Football Holdings, they want to go public as well. So what does that mean for Palace going forward with Sportsbank? If they want to buy into Eagle Football Holdings, I guess we'll still be involved in that because Eagle Football will still be invested. Sportsbank want to buy into Eagle Football, which already has shares in Palace. So that means that they will just be swapping seats with John Texer, but Eagle Football Holding is still going public. What does that mean for Palace? That's what I'm saying. There's more questions for me with Sportsbank. It doesn't seem straightforward, but look, T's back anyways.
I'll be honest, we don't know either. But what's the most important thing to all of us right now? What goes on in the pitch? I need signings. I need OG to have a new contract. And listen, we can't control it. So whatever's going to have the best investment, let's just do it.
It won't be for this summer, though, I don't think. Any money.
No,
I mean for January. For January, it won't be for January.
Palace Way reported it will be an instant financial injection. And even then, even if it's a summer, they can borrow money. That's what borrowing money is for, to then pay it back. You can always borrow money.
I don't know. See you back?
Yeah, I think so. We'll see. No, but I mean, the thing that gets me about it is, was this a ploy all along to push Sportsbank to move faster? Because is it any coincidence that we see the announcement about the group that included Jason Kidd, and then boom, a day or so later, if that, we get the Sportsbank agreement?
Yeah, because I remember when Bruno was on, he said Texter prefers someone invests into Eagle Holdings. That's his preference. That he'd be happy either way, but if he had a choice, it would be Sportsbank.
Because then he keeps control, so to speak. But it felt like when the whole Sportsbank thing came up, and it became like really serious, I feel like the thing that they were talking about was this last step was the proof of funds thing, and needing that to come through. And after that, it went quiet. It went quiet for seeing from these couple.
He's lagging, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is my mic fine now, or is it echoing?
It's a bit better now.
It's a bit better now. All right. Just let me know if anything happens here whilst I'm talking. But yeah, look, Texter steps down, but he's still there. That's my worry. But and he wants it still. I wonder how much of input Texter will still have, because he's still part of Eagle Football Holdings. That's the thing. These are the questions that we won't be able to answer, would we? That's the biggest problem about it. Like, we won't be able to answer some of these questions about like what. I mean, Texas, I guess, is not at board level, but would he still have an influence? How much of an influence would he have? And yeah, look, I prefer the other group. Maybe if we find out a bit more about Sportsbank, it'll be a bit more clearer. But I guess with the other group, we kind of know all the names involved. Like, he'll be part of doing what and the main figures. Sportsbank is mainly Zachariah that we've known about. But this is Palace. I guess nothing is pretty straightforward. But Twisted has this question: what do you think about it? Should fans actually care what happens at board level?
They should care about what happens to the club, like, and its safety. But listen, I don't know about either. Like, really and truly, I don't know. I know about football. I know about things that goes on the pitch. I'm just not a financial guy. All I want to see is investment into Palace. So we should care about that. If you have interest in the financial side and you have knowledge of it, then you can probably have more an opinion and care more. Someone like Tim can normally break it down. But where I don't have the knowledge of who these people are, we'll never know their true intentions. So it's one of those, I can't really worry about something that I don't know about, but I do know what I want for the team and for the club.
I just want investment. I want investment. But then again, it's not as straightforward, is it? Like, it's not just about who's the richest guy.
I know Texter's gets a bad rep, and he can be a bit reckless, but Botafogo never win anything and they just won a double. Leon, I know they're in a bit of financial trouble, but they got into Europe. They're still battling at the top. So he's not all bad. I'm not going to sit here and say he's the devil or something, but he did inject loads of money when Vieira came. So do you know what I mean? We can't sit here and judge when we don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he's a completely awful guy. I don't agree with that. My biggest problem with Texas has always been where he's not the richest guy. So it's where's he getting his funds from, and that's why.
But where
football's going to go public.
We don't know where any of the funds are coming from investors. They're all everyone's there's layers to everything. There's layers to Sportsbank. There's layers to Brian Kidd and all that. We don't know. All we know is American and Saudi backed money. We don't know who these people are.
Yeah, but some of the names have been mentioned though, which makes it easier to know who they are.
No, but remember Bruno broke down. They're the people. They're like a consortium of people who help run the club. They're not the actual backers who actually have the money. And Bruno said he couldn't even research and find that out. So all the regulations it has to go through for it to be approved by the Premier League and whatnot, they're going to look at that. Paris and Blitzer are going to have to look at who's got the money. So we can only trust. We can't control it. We can just hope that the people in charge do what's best for the club and we get the investment. I see James. There's not 14 investors.
Yeah,
14 people are part of a consortium. If you go back and watch the previous video with Bruno, they work for Sportsbank. They're a collective of people, stadium engineers, accountants, marketing people who would help run the club and push the club and grow the club. It's the people behind them. They are hired by the investors, but we don't know who those investors are.
Yeah, I think with Sportsbank it's a bit more harder. I'm not exactly too sure who's behind them, but with the other group, we kind of saw a few names that could be involved. They were saying Tex is just unstable individual. I don't know if that's completely true, but I think the worry with Tex is just there's no agreement with Parish. So it's what happens going forward? If Sportsbank invests into it, what role does Texter play at this football club going forward? That's the biggest thing. We don't know, and that's the most difficult thing to understand.
I'm seeing a few of the comments about you can't correlate Botafogo. I'm just saying some of his other clubs have had success, and Leon are facing relegation for their finances. I'm not saying Texter's perfect. I don't know Texter. I don't know where his money comes from or who his financial backers are. He seems like quite a passionate, reckless guy. And if someone offered me the choice, well, do you want Texter to go and someone new to come in, I would probably choose Texter to go. But we can't control that. That's just a part of being a fan and supporter. We can't control it. We can't protest. We can't kick him out. He owns 45%. So we can only kind of roll with the punches and hope for the best.
Yeah, Colin's saying I'm just feeling Texas using this to get full control in the future.
But we don't know. Everyone can have a.
But then he wants full control, no? So it's what's the purpose of this Sportsbank investing into Eagle Football Holdings? I think eventually he does want full control.
who wouldn't want full control of the biggest Premier League club in South London with a great catchment area, category 1 academy, brand new facilities, multiple assets that are worth 60, 70 million. I think anyone would want control of that. It's just
especially if you own 45%
instinct.
of the club and you feel like you don't have as much of a say. I think
And
that's the problem.
South London Forever says you can't trust any of these people. They're billionaires for a reason. That's true. We can't trust anyone. We're the only people, like they said. I think what was the I think that couple said the only loyal people in a football club is the supporters. The players come and go, the managers come and go, the owners come and go, backroom staff come and go. So we can't trust anyone, of course. Really.
We stay here till the end. By the way, if you're enjoying the stream, people, hit the like button. If you haven't already done so, and subscribe. Twist is saying who has a final say in the sale? It should be John Textor. I think from the article that got released from the other day, it was a case of, Textor wants Sportsbank. He wants that deal to go ahead, but there's an agreement between, the Sportsbank group and the other US Saudi group as well. So that Saudi group is not out of the picture, but Sportsbank is his preference of them buying into Eagle Football Holdings, which makes sense because eventually, they're investing into his company, so he benefits from it even more. But I guess proof of funds and all the other business and Premier League ownership tests, I guess those will play a part as well. And let's see if Sportsbank can pass it, as well as the other people.
Quick one in the comments. Like, I know I don't trust, like I said, I don't trust Textor myself, but I know there would be a whole change of attitude if Sportsbank took over and gave us 100 million to spend. All of a sudden, I feel like everyone would be like, oh my God, they give us 100 million to spend, this and that. And then the tide would start turning on fans. So,
but I don't think that's going to happen, though.
No, I'm just saying, for an example, like we can all have prejudgments and stuff like that. I have a bad feeling about all of this. I don't like split ownerships. You take Forest, for example, who've got a dodgy guy, but it's one dodgy guy by himself. Do you know what I mean? And he's driven them all the way to where he wants to go. It's one person in charge making the decisions. It's just like so many hands, too many cooks spoil the dinner, or as the saying goes.
Yeah, and that's the hard thing, because people, like, when we look at the summer window, we look at Steve Parish and Dougie Friedman, but it's like, what part do the other owners play in terms of funding and everything else? It gets a bit complicated when you have like 3 different people, and especially with Steve Parish running the show with less, with the most say, but less share. So it's just like, I just want my ideal preference would have been one owner who buys out everyone, wealthy owner, and who wants the best for the football club. But that's the dreamland, right? So it's not going to be that, because Parish is staying, Harrison Blitzer right now are staying as well. But then again, they could sell up going forward in the future. So Blitzer and Parish don't have any say. I don't think they. I remember with the other report from the other group, they did say that the US and Saudi group that they've met up with Steve Parish, the guy who's going to be funding behind all of that move. So I don't know if they have a direct say in terms of who Texas sells to, because it is Texas' decision, because it is his shares. But I think they have an influence, of course, because they still talk to the new potential owners and they have discussions about how they want to run the football club going forward. But yeah, I think it's down to Textor what happens based on the reports as well. It's like Textor has to kind of pick. But yeah, the Sportsbank deal reminds me of the Jerry Lim deal where he bought the club and sold it to Simon Jordan. I don't know about that. Do you know anything about it?
No, I was watching Palace when I was that age, but I didn't really have any financial knowledge at the age of 7.
Yeah. Some of us have been around since the Holmesdale was a muddy bank and we rattled our old football rattle. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I guess we all just want the best for Palace. Something needs to change. So whether this means that Textor steps down and Sportsbank run the show in that regard, then fine. But for me, Texas still getting involved, and I just don't know how. I don't know how that would work with the problems that we've had already between him and Parish. I'm not saying that they have a awful relationship. In fact, it seems like they do have a good relationship, but I think they've got a different business idea. So I don't know how Sportsbank getting involved changes that, because Sportsbank, from the reports that I heard, they want to make us a top 6 club, which is a big statement. Of course, a lot needs to go our way. But yeah, I mean, Sportsbank in itself are not investing into Palace; they're investing into Eagle Football Holdings, but they'll have a say in terms of the Palace shares. But yeah, big up to Yasir. Big up to the Pauls. David saying Mark Goldberg didn't want to sell to Jordan, so Lim bought and sold it to Simon Jordan. I don't think this is a similar situation. I think Texas can just pick between the two. He can just pick between the two. So, you know, it's going to be up to him, and he wants that Sportsbank deal according to the Athletic. Anyways, Andrew saying, remember, these all have to pass a thick and proper person's test. I don't know if it's called thick and proper person's test, but I know what you mean. Like the fit Premier League test, not the thick proper person's test. Adam was saying, well, according to Borson, with the example of 777, the Prem should be effective in doing the due diligence, but that's not exactly the underlying concern. Yeah, so it might even be a case of like Sportsbank is the chosen one, but however the Premier League don't approve it, so and then the other group end up buying it, so that might even be a case as well, because I think nowadays they're much more strict than they were before. It feels like ever since the Newcastle takeover.
I think we just got to let it play out.
Yeah. You seen the test? It is thick, not fit. I don't know. I've never heard of the thick test. But yeah, said top 6 clubs in 10 years. That's not really a lot of time. So for that to happen, they would invest to make it happen. Exactly. Tim saying my worry is that anybody saying they intend on making us a top 6 club doesn't really know what they're talking about. It's not a simple undertaking. Do you feel the same way?
It's just an ambition, isn't it? Just because they said they want to take us to the top 6 doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Yeah,
but then again, lots of teams have broken the top 6. Brighton, Newcastle, Villa.
You know what's funny? The way that Forest is broken into it right now is by breaking the rules.
Yeah.
By breaking the rules.
But Forest's recruitment has been very good. Aina, Murillo, Milenkovic. But
they spent a good amount of money. I think you do have to spend, but then again, with the new PSR restrictions, they spent and they had to pay a fine to it by points. I think they got deducted points. I'm pretty sure it was the last season. They
signed a Langer for 15. Wood wasn't expensive. Hudson-Odoi was 4 million. Shrewd business. Ward-Prowse comes off the bench. They got a Wanye coming off the bench. It's a perfect blend. They got it right. Sometimes they've got it right. No wonder Edu's gone there. They know what they're doing over there.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Andrew's comment, and then we're going to move on to transfer talk. Kevin saying, I've been giving City and NUFC fans crap about Saudi owners for ages. The difference between this is that it's not a state. So it's a big difference between City and Newcastle. These are just individuals from Saudi. There's a big difference in that.
City is Abu Dhabi, not Saudi.
Yeah, it's not exactly. They're not even Abu Dhabi. They're not even Saudi. They're from Abu Dhabi, UAE. But yeah, exactly.
PSG are the Qataris. City as a Abu Dhabi.
These are states. These are states. Palace will not be. These are two brothers from Saudi that are educated in the US, so it's kind of different. It's not like it's not the same case as Newcastle. I'll just say that. All right, cool. Let me go to this comment, and I think we can wrap up this part of the show with this from Andrew saying, "End of the day, we don't have a say, and we'll have to roll with it."
That's what I said, man. Roll with the punches. Just give me some signings.
Exactly. That's what we want. End of the day, it's about signings, it's about what we do on the pitch that we all care about, rather than finances involved behind. And talking about signings, have you seen the reports of SA? I think it's SA. That's how it's pronounced. According to Mr. Dom Smith, Crystal Palace have contacted Millwall over deal for Romain SA. Millwall would prefer for him to be loaned back until the end of the season. However, Palace may prefer him to join immediately in order to strengthen their options in attack. Fabrizio Romano also tweeted something today saying, it's still concrete and Palace are interested, as well as Millwall are targeting Aston Villa attacker who was on loan at Stockport, who got recalled, Louis Barry. And that was an exclusive from the South London press, which, according to Millwall fans, whenever they say something, it holds a lot of weight. So do you think with the Louis Barry to Millwall potentially, and another day of it being mentioned that, Palace want him to join now rather than go back into the season? In fact, I think there was something about release clause as well, which is not really clear, but we've known about the release clause being there. Do you see this happening? It's kind of picking up more as time's gone by. Yesterday we said he'll be a priority signing, and today it's still continuing. And in fact, it's like Millwall could be looking at alternatives already.
Yeah, I definitely think it will happen. My feeling is it was going to happen. I can't say for sure. I think he fits the profile completely. Yeah, he's got good experience in the Championship under his belt. I see a lot of fans thinking he's not ready, but we've got two very good number 10s, and everyone's complaining about not having squad depth. We're not signing someone to just come in and take over. They've got to earn their spot as well. And if anyone's worrying about his output and stuff like that, go and check Elise's 2 seasons before he came to Palace. Have a look at that, and then have a look at Esse, and then you might feel a bit better about the situation.
I'll be honest. What do you have the numbers? Because I'm actually curious myself.
Hold on.
With Elise, I
can get it up.
Because I can't remember how it was, but yeah, of course. Like Elise, I don't think Elise was scoring every other week. Like, I think it's about buying into his talents and turning that talent into Premier League. And I understand the vision. I understand the vision completely by the football club. 100% do.
So, Michael Elise, 2018-19, 4 matches, 0 goals. 2019,
how many matches?
4 games, 0 goals. 2019-20, 19 games, 0 goals, 1 assist. The season before we bought him, 44 games, 7 goals, 12 assists.
That's not bad though.
Esse's already got 4 goals this season.
Yeah, so I think it's about buying into the talent more than anything. I don't think we really care about the numbers right now.
But that's
it's
what
like, I mean, scouting and seeing.
When people are researching, they're looking at his output and stuff like that. But you got to look at the player profile. Everyone wants a left-footed inside forward that can play out wide as well.
He's exactly that. And it's 19.
Do you want to drop 15 million on the hottest talent in the Championship, or from our biggest rivals for a South London kid, or do you want to go and spend 25 million on a Liverpool loanee out at Middlesbrough? It's simple stuff.
You know what? I prefer this move rather than Ben Doak. Because
we've got no left footers in our team.
Yeah, as you said, he fits into exactly what we need. And he's still young. He's still got potential to grow and learn. So I think that's the reason why the story is not going away. I just wonder about that release clause. It's kind of weird. We haven't really heard much about it. It's like, what is going on? Is it active this window or is it active in the summer? But regardless, I think, look, if it's... I think T said it, or was it you? If his release clause is £12.5 million, just pay the 15.
Just pay 15.
Yeah, you said it yesterday. Yeah, just pay the 15 and get it done and dusted.
They can spend that 2.5 million. They can pay that 2.5 million on a loan fee for Louis Barry.
I mean, talking about loan fees, I don't know. Just going a bit off topic, but I don't know if you've seen the Otton Edward one. I don't know if that's true, but that is crazy. 8 mil.
Yeah, no.
We're getting off Edward for one season.
It wasn't 8 mil. It was a £4 million loan fee and £4 million in them paying his wages.
Yeah, in total, it was an 8 mil package, though.
Yeah,
we're still getting £4 million in terms of loan fee.
Yeah, we're not getting an extra 4 million. We're just getting his wages paid. So really and truly, it's like a year's wage that they're paying.
Yeah, essentially, if we did sell him for about 10 million, then we're pretty much covering everything, like in terms of buying him and whatever. Like pretty much, apart from his wages, of course. But yeah, going back to Esse, yeah, look, he fits the profile. In fact, not only just that, I've looked at, you know how there's like accounts out there which do like in-depth scouting, and they always say about, oh, this player's and the next one coming through. And one of the accounts is he does things for the overlap, scouting for the overlap. I think
the breakdown
show. He even said it's like Doug Friedman has done it again. Like if they get him, they've done it again. According to the other, like, I don't want to say I'm disrespectful and say internet scouts, but according to people online who are really into their scouting, and some of them, by the way, I think one of them got hired by an EFL club, so they know what they're doing. He's saying it's unbelievable. Palace get him. He apparently is meant to be one of the hottest prospects in the Championship, and the Championship right now is a bit weird because there isn't any particular name out there that like sticks out. And
another hot one is Tom Fellows, but I haven't seen. The closest thing to Elise when he was at Reading is Romain Esse.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
we're not comparing.
In terms of,
Elise,
even if you're watch your highlight videos, people, if you haven't already done so, and then you will understand 100% straight away like why we think that is the case of him being the closest to Elise or like Eze type of profile. So as a creative player, you can get on the ball and create. Because yeah, as soon as you start watching him, you understand the hype around him. So yeah, as Monty's saying, Palace have never done things easy. We haven't.
I just
but
put the link in for Romain Esse's compilation that we was watching before.
Where do you put the link?
I just put it in the chat.
Okay, I can't see in the chat yet. Unless when do you put it? Now?
Yeah, just put it.
Maybe
now.
maybe it'll come up and then yeah.
But if you can click on it, guys, have a quick look over it.
Yeah, style over substance. Any more news on the wingbacks we're looking at? No. Are you surprised about that? It's gone quiet with the wingback situation.
Well, I don't really want to keep hearing interested, looking at, bidding. Just tell me when he's on a plane to Biggin Hill.
Are you worried at all because of the fact that the last report was Palace are going to go with another bid, but if this gets rejected, they're walking away, and we haven't heard anything.
I'd rather it be quiet. I'd rather it be quiet because then I feel like things are happening.
Yeah, I think Animal was saying the same. I think I agree with Animal saying maybe that means negotiation is happening. Yeah, so let's see if that actually if there's any other update. I mean, today is Wednesday, right? Yeah, it's Wednesday. So let's see if there's any other update going forward.
Did you see that there's just breaking news? Sunderland have agreed a fee that's for that Enzo Lafie guy that's going through.
Yeah. Do you think that links to Job?
It's the same sort of position, man. That's a hybrid centre mid, attacker midfielder. He just signed from Roma for 20 million this season. So it's like the loan fee will be expensive and it's a obligation to buy if they get promoted. So it seems to me like a move that could be replacing Job. And that's happened quite quickly.
Yeah. For me, I'm wondering if they're planning in advance for the summer rather than January. So maybe Job might leave, which I don't really see that happening to Palace. Do you?
Do you know what? I think it could happen. I'm not saying it will, but that's a potential.
I can't see the link, by the way.
It's not coming up.
No, it's not coming up.
If I send it to you on WhatsApp.
It's not coming up. But yeah.
I just sent it to you on WhatsApp.
Link, need help. Why would I need help?
I sent you on WhatsApp. I don't know if you can print it.
Yeah, send it on WhatsApp. Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can post it. I hear we have exclusive agreements with multiple wingbacks. Hopefully that is the case because that's like one of the positions that we need. But yeah, tomorrow the Stockport preview is coming out, and then on Friday the opposition preview should be coming out as well. So should be a busy few days. Below screen. No, I haven't got anything. People. I'm tired today. I'll be honest. I am tired, but I thought the show must as well go on. That's why I had T here, but T had connection issues, so I ended up going back to hosting when I was meant to be chilling. Enisari owning me, Free Kabaz would love someone like that. Let's see, man. Let's see what happens with the reports, people. But Sportsbank, that's the biggest one out today. Another exclusive agreement. Now it's just a battle between them and the US Saudi group in terms of who gets the final say, who gets the shares, who takes the picks. But that's it from us. If you have enjoyed this, leave a like and subscribe. And leave down your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you to every single one of you that's already done that. That's it from me and Lou, and of course T when he was here. But until next time, up the Palace.